All right, here we go.
Oh, hello there, Vadim. Hello.
Hello, Yanis. How you
Hello
doing
there.
today?
I'm doing very well, thank you, man. I feel festive. I feel like, I was looking forward to this for ages now. Our first Christmas episode, Christmas themed episode.
Yes.
It's here finally. It's uh, it's that time of the year, so I think it'll be cool to have some sort of a Christmas themed episode. Come December, you
Yeah,
know.
mate, for sure. Christmas episode. Yeah, yeah. Are we doing something special for Christmas? Are we doing something Christmassy? Let me ask you.
Are we doing something Christmassy? Yes, we
Are we
are. We do.
discussing something Christmassy?
Are we? We are discussing something Christmassy. We're discussing Black Christmas,
Mhm.
and
Black Christmas.
yeah,
Right.
we are discussing
That should
Black
be an
Christmas.
interesting one. The
Uh,
original. The original movie.
the original, the '74 movie. Um, so I'm looking forward to diving right into that.
Yeah.
Let me bring up the just to self plug, if that's okay for a second.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
bringing out a novel, a pulp noir novel in January 20th. It arrives. It's available right now for pre-order as a Kindle. It's based on a award-winning screenplay of mine, and it's about a female private eye who takes up on a seemingly she thinks it's going to be an infidelity case, and it turns out to be something a lot more sinister. And she gets involved in a cat and mouse game with a sadistic and cunning foe. And it'll be a case unlike any she's ever faced before. It will be a killing case. So that's the name of the book, A Killing Case, Samantha Ratliff's Adventure. And we're going to have some details underneath this episode in the description
Yep.
for
You'll be
people.
able to pre-order in the description below. We're going to have a link to the Amazon page. I've already done mine. I've already pre-ordered mine, and looking forward to reading your first novel,
Uh,
Yanis. And I know
Thank
you've
you.
done stuff in the past before. You've written short stories, and you've done some short movies as well. So you've got the experience in the game, and I'm looking
Lo-
forward to it.
Lots and lots of screenplays as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's like too many.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So, without further ado, let's you know, um, yeah, let's get the show.
Is it someone at your end? Something's ringing.
So, give me a second.
Uh-huh.
Hey, hello, hello, hello. Look, just leave me alone, okay? Jesus, just leave me alone. Oh, sorry about that, man. I just keep getting this weird phone call for the past few days. Just somebody moaning and just being all weird. I don't know what the hell that is all about. It's just anyway.
That's strange.
Forget it. That is
Yeah, that's strange to
Jesus.
receive a call like that while we're recording. Anyway,
It's
yeah,
been
let's move
happening.
on.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm
Just
really
tell him to
excited
go
about this.
away.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you want? What do you want with me? Just speak. Just making weird moaning and all these weird noises and just saying all this weird
Somebody's
stuff.
playing a
Just
bad joke on you, buddy.
must be. I don't know what the hell that is all about. That's just it's really unsettling, though. Let me tell you. Anyway, let's
Yeah.
get back into this. I'm
Let's
really
discuss
excited.
the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's one of the situations I already knew about it, so I told you to, I recommended it to you. So I would be very interested to see. Let's. Oh, before that though, let me say that it was directed by Paul Clark, and you know which film he also did. He also did A
Which
Christmas
one?
Story. He did a
Oh,
Christmas
right.
Story, which is like like one of the quintessential Christmas films out there. You know, like up there
Right.
with A Wonderful Life and Elf and whatever other Christmas films you want to. You know, but not
And
Die Hard, because
yeah,
Die Hard, I'm
mhm.
sorry to say, is not a Christmas film. I know it's really
There's
popular and
big
cool.
debate about that one, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's everybody jumps on this bandwagon, and let me just quickly offer you a reason why I'm saying what I'm saying.
sure.
Because we might as well then say Black Christmas is a Christmas film because it takes place in Christmas. So there's films that happen during Christmas in their story, and there's Christmas films. Die Hard, don't get me wrong, is a hell of a film. I love it. And I will say that it's actually nice to watch during Christmas,
Yeah,
because
for
the
sure.
story takes place during Christmas. But it
Yeah,
could be a hell of a film if it happened during St. Patrick's weekend, or if it happened during Easter weekend, or whatever, the 4th of July. It still be the same amazing, cool, great film, which it is. And,
oh, for sure. 100%
you
I
know,
agree.
yeah, what it gives it is the Christmas setting gives it's like salad dressing. It's decorative. You have the whole thing that he writes on the T-shirt. You have the song at the end, but it's like an extra decoration. You know, um, for me, a film to be considered a Christmas film needs two things. One is that Christmas has to be an integral part of the story, like you can't have it without being in Christmas. But also, as important is that you need a sort of spiritual um, journey for the main character or characters in it. There has to be like a festive um, spiritual element to it, like all the classic Christmas films have. Even Bad Santa, he goes from being a complete drunk asshole in the beginning to being less of an asshole in the end because of his experience during that Christmas period. So you've got it's
Yeah,
Bad Santa. The film can't work without it being Christmas, but at the same time, even he goes through this spiritual transformation in the end. So those two, you can't have a film just because it's Christmas. It's a Christmas film, because it doesn't work. You can't just have people dying on screen and then consider it a Christmas film. A Christmas film has to have a spiritual side to it. So that's,
yeah,
I mean, I know opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. This is mine, but at least I'm presenting an argument, which I think is quite solid about why Die Hard, hell of a film, but not a Christmas film. A film that
yeah,
takes place during Christmas.
yep. Oh, I agree with you. I totally agree. Yeah.
Cool, cool, man.
Well said.
So,
Well said,
saying
buddy.
that,
Yeah.
please tell me what did you think of Black Christmas, 1974?
Yeah, wow. Just thinking about it, that's, one of the earlier ones, one of the earlier horror movies. Most of the horror movies I watch are sort of, early 80s, mid 80s, and of course 90s, but that's one of the earlier ones. What did I think of it? Okay, that's a very good question. Look, I can see why this movie was an inspiration for so many other horror movies that sort of came after. Things like Halloween and which probably was a big inspiration of Black Christmas. Also, I can think of movies maybe like Psycho. For some reason, after watching this movie, all I could think about Psycho, the original Psycho as well. Uh, Overall, I thought it was, look, a weak movie that doesn't really hold up much these days,
Oh,
unfortunately,
wow.
as much as I wanted to like it. Look, I did like it and I appreciated. I I thought it was cool that I watched it, and thank you for the recommendation. I thought it was really, really cool, and I thought it had some good elements to it. But overall, unfortunately, the story was quite weak. The acting, I don't think it was much there. Like, it was just chaos, and I think the plot was a little bit all over the place, and some things didn't kind of make sense, and it felt a little bit bizarre. Maybe it's also because the characters were actually like cardboard characters without many feelings. Um, so that's why it sort of didn't work for me. Look, after that first kill, the story just slowed down dramatically, and yeah, for a while there, I didn't quite understand what was going on, and I was kind of looking at my watch and I go, oh, when is this going to end? Like, I wanted for it to end. But like I said, I did enjoy some elements of it, which we're going to go into it maybe a little bit later. But overall, yeah, it was a weak movie for me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't expect that. So you caught me off guard here, and I have to say I'm gonna stop recommending films to you
And
because I
and and
yeah,
before you go with your analysis, I
yeah,
want to say that, I
please.
mean, I'm a big lover of horror movies. I love horror movies. That's my jam. And like I said, I do watch a lot. 80s, 90s, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What is it? 1978. That's actually a lot
No,
earlier. Black
it's the same.
Christmas. So
No, 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 no. It's the same year, man. Remember we discussed this. They both came out 74.
did they? Oh, right.
Yes,
Okay. For some reason,
yes.
I thought Texas Chainsaw Massacre was around 77 or 78.
No, it's 74, and we discussed it in the first episode. How I said how iconic 1974 was for horror fans, for horror genre, because
Right.
two
Okay. My apologies. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was a little bit later now, but okay. If it's the same year, I mean,
No,
Texas Chainsaw.
Halloween is 78.
Oh,
So
right. Yeah. Maybe I got the years confused with Halloween, but yeah. Look, compared to for me, compared to Texas Chainsaw or Halloween, I mean, this movie is very weak. But anyway, yeah.
okay, that's 02. 02 for the films I recommend for you to watch.
No, no, but we got to
Well,
do this.
yeah, I know. I'm afraid to
This is
recommend
our
to recommend from now on. Um,
this is
I'm,
what we do. This is our passion. Even to watch it, even though like I said, I didn't like it, but I'm glad that I watched it because it is a an iconic movie, Christmas horror movie, and
yeah,
yeah,
not Christmas movie, Christmas
of course,
based horror movie.
yeah,
um, yeah, wow, okay, man. Look, I was surprised by your answer because I thought if you somebody who loves Halloween as much as you do, I thought you'd love this because
I wanted to
I
love it,
know.
but
Uh,
like I said, there were some
yeah,
elements that I did like, but overall, it just didn't hold up for me.
I have to say though, I prefer this to Halloween. Personally, I
Right?
think
Okay.
Halloween has the music that adds to it. But I
Yeah.
don't.
Wow. That's a big statement. I think we can stop being friends now. Should we
I'm
stop
sorry,
the
man.
video?
No, I'm not shitting on Halloween. I just from the two, I think that's more. I don't
Right.
know. I find it more eerie, and I find there's more stuff going on in it than Halloween. Because Halloween is just a guy in a mask going around killing people, and then it ends, and he's not even human, which kind of for me, I never understood the fascination with that because
Yeah,
it
but after
it
the
takes
first
away
one, yeah, after the first Halloween, you don't actually sense that like that. And I know, look, as the you go movie 4, 5, 6, and so on, he always comes back, and you go,
25,
"What the hell's
26,
going on?"
27.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the first one I thought was anyway. we're not here to discuss Halloween, but yeah, go
No,
on.
no, but there has to be a like. No, no, we just got this. I'm just comparing it because I feel like they're very. I don't know, because when this starts and you see, I thought it was a really eerie because you see this you see it from the view of the killer, which is kind of
Yeah,
how
for
Halloween
sure.
starts. So that's why
Yep.
immediately I made a connection in my head with the both films
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they have that
and I
similar.
like that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that. It's sort of like a first person, yeah, it's and that's the way Halloween was shot. And what do you call it? Black Christmas did it earlier, which was really really cool. And yeah, that's
I
why I think yeah,
yeah, and I appreciate that cinematography. I appreciate the shots where you see it from the eyes again of the killer, and there's the plastic, and he sees his first victim, and then it's also kind of like a foreshadowing because then you see her with the thing over her, the plastic over her face, which is a very big uh, uh, thing of the film, a very big
yeah, yeah. And I think that's actually in the poster. Like
the poster. Yeah,
it's an
exactly.
iconic image. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And
That first
it's
picture.
very shocking when you first see it because they're talking about her. Where is she? 'Cause I can't remember her name now, Jess or whatever it was. Where is she?
Yeah,
What's going on with her? And then she go whoop, and she comes into the image with the thing over her face, and it's really eerie, really, yeah. So I appreciate a lot the cinematography of it. I appreciate using the phone as a device. The phone is almost like a character in itself, because it's indie filmmaking 101. I don't know if this is exactly an indie film or not on the level of Halloween for sure, but it's still I wouldn't consider it a big production film. It's still sort of it feels like an indie film, but the telephone is a very easy way to make it really eerie, and it works really well because you have the dring dring suddenly that is, even by itself it's very stressful to hear that ringing, especially the old style phones we used to have once upon a time, and into the 80s. And then you
yeah,
have that,
yeah. No,
you have that thing, he's moaning in the beginning, and and he keeps ringing, and it just creates all this stress and tension, which I thought was very
yeah.
effective.
For
And
sure. Look, if I may pick up from if I may pick up from here, say a few things. I think what you touched upon in
sure.
terms of the phone using as a uh, as a device, as a tool, and that's what sort of made it very eerie and scary. I totally agree with you, and I think what saved this movie was the phone, the ringing, and when they pick up the phone, it's this weird sounds, people moaning in the background, and um, yeah, it made me feel eerie. Yeah, and I know what you mean, and I think this what saved the movie for me because I always wanted to get to that scene again. When is the phone gonna ring? Because the story is dying. And like I said, after that first kill, it was just dragged on, and I go, come on, let the phone ring again, and it rings, and I'm like, I'm back into it, right? Because I know it's gonna get eerie again, and I'm like, yeah,
But
sitting there basically waiting for the phone to ring because the rest of the story, like, and one thing I didn't quite understand when that after that first kill, when that girl was missing, whoever came looking for her, I don't know whether it was her, can't remember whether it was because I wasn't that sort of fully engaged at that point, whether it was her uncle or grandfather or father or whoever he
father, it
was,
was the
or
father.
father. It's like it to me. He was a bit of a more like a cardboard, cut out cardboard character. He had practically no feelings that his daughter was missing, and that kind of took me out of the story a little bit. And again, I wanted to go back to that ringing, so, and that's why I couldn't understand the relationship and what he was looking for. There were people supposed to be some sort of a what is it, sorority house
It's a
with all the
sorority
women
house.
in there, but then
Yeah.
there's people walking in and out all the time, and the girl's boyfriend sleeps over there. It was a total mess. I couldn't understand what it was. What was the point of that place? Maybe
It's
I missed something,
it's
but
it's
it
it's
just felt a
college.
bit of a chaos.
It's a
Yeah,
college
I
thing.
call it. Okay,
When they
okay,
go to
and
college in
for
the
women.
US, they go to these houses where the women stay with women and the men stay with men.
Oh, right.
And
Okay, okay.
that was a sorority women's place. And they usually have like the Latin characters, and they have Greek names as well outside the house. And you get to choose which ones you want to go to, and some cool ones you have to go through initiation rituals where they humiliate you, just so you can become one of them. And that's the whole US thing, right?
Yeah,
So
I
it
had
was a
no idea.
right.
Yeah,
It's
that's why it wasn't sort of, and I didn't pick up on the sorority house until
okay.
later, much
That
later
would
into the movie, and yeah, it just,
okay. I
I
can
don't know,
see why
it
you
just
felt
felt a little bit
confused.
weird. Yeah,
No,
it just
that's why
felt
the
a little
father
bit weird.
that's why the father acts like this, because at the beginning he's not sure what's going on, and he's not it's like she didn't show up, but it doesn't mean she might be with a boyfriend. He was kind of worried that she was a whore basically. So like his daughter was sleeping around
Yeah,
and she didn't pick him
yeah,
up, and and then as it goes on, I mean, in the end he passes out from his worry and he ends up in the hospital. But that's
I can't.
why, dude, you have to
Yeah,
pay attention when you watch this.
I know. No, no, that's why I'm saying I got a little bit disengaged from that
I think you did.
after the first kill, because after the first kill, the story just slowed down to a crawl. It was so slow after that, and I was just waiting for the phone to ring again. That's why I'm like, yep, I'm in.
I mean, you've got the same number of kills. I mean, he kept killing people. He killed
Yeah,
the old woman with the hook, which was
yeah, yeah. That was pretty
wow.
cool. I like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
and he kills the fucking he kills Lois Lane, with the Margot Kidder, who years later becomes Lois Lane in Superman. He
Oh,
kills her
you're
with
talking about in the bed.
yeah, in
Yeah,
the bed.
that
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
so weird. That I loved that kill, but it just felt so bizarre. Like, what was that shit on the bed? It was glass something.
It was just a
Like
glass
what?
thingy. It was
Okay.
and again, it served as a nice cinematography because there were some really interesting shots that they did in
Yeah.
that room.
No, no,
Generally,
no. I appreciated the kill. I thought it was pretty badass. But yeah, it just, I don't know, it
it
just
also
felt
has
bizarre.
it had some very interesting shots with the objects around. And yeah, look, my point is, it followed the same formula like other films. It was just more slow burning, but what I think makes it unique and what I love most about it is the premise. Because why? Because in all other films, including Halloween, the killer is outside and he needs to get in. In
Yep.
this, they tell them, oh, lock the door, lock the windows,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's the wrong advice because the
The
killer's
killer's
inside.
inside. Yeah.
It's really nerve
Exactly.
wracking. It's nerve
Yeah,
wracking.
yeah,
The killer
sure.
is in the
It sure is.
house.
I know.
That's the genius
Yeah,
of this film for me. It's the
you're
premise.
right.
The killer
It's a
is in
good
the house.
point. It's the premise. It's unique in that way. Yeah, for sure. Um, should
And
we talk about our main man in the movie?
oh, the fan favorite, the I mean this the guy, you know, he's John Saxon. He's the man. He's Nightmare on Elm Street, Enter the Dragon. I mean, it's great
And
whenever he shows up. You
don't
know,
forget, this is a year after he made Enter the Dragon.
that's right. That is right after Enter the Dragon. That is right,
How
and
cool is that, huh?
it
and,
was
and and
cool.
Bruce Lee would have been dead by now. Bruce Lee would
Well, yeah,
have died probably what about a year ago as well. So, and after that, from what I know, John Saxon went on and he just did a bunch of horror movies.
yeah, yeah,
After that, yeah, yeah.
bunch of
Some
horror movies.
he played some small roles, some a bit bigger,
Yeah,
and yeah, he just started
he
doing a bunch of horror
he,
films.
he
Yeah,
mainly became like a, yeah, like a player in horror films more than
yeah,
anything after that. Um,
yeah,
yeah, and yeah, it was great seeing him there. I thought
yeah,
he was brought class to the proceedings. I thought
yeah,
Margot Kidder was fine. I thought Olivia Hussey, the main woman, was fine. I didn't think I think they were really effective in their roles.
yeah,
Um, and what was I gonna say? Yeah. For me, it comes down to the premise, to the clever
yeah,
shots, to the telephone, to the fact that it's you see you see the difference here. It's not a Christmas film, obviously, but Christmas is a very important part of it. Why? Because it makes it even worse. You take something holy and pure, like Christmas is supposed to be, like this happy, pure, loving. Let's give presents to each other. Let's hug under the tree, warm. Let's drink some cocoa and look at the snow and hear the Christmas carols. This starts with the Christmas carols, but it's all fucked up. It's all horrible. So you take it something and you make it worse because it's this perversion of the holy thing of Christmas, thus Black Christmas. So very important. That's why I'm saying, to have a proper Christmas film you need two things: you need the setting, you need Christmas to be an integral part of it, but you also need the the holiness. You need the Christmas spirit. You can't have just people. I know it's popular these days to make Santa Claus kill a million people, and oh yeah, Santa Claus. They keep making films with Santa Claus killing people. I think, guys, let's go back to making proper Christmas films. Ho,
for
you know,
sure, for sure. Yeah.
but
No,
yeah,
I agree. Well said. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I just want to talk a little bit about the ending of the movie. It,
yes,
in a
very
way,
good.
as the movie was progressing and the relationship between, I mean, I can't remember the girl's name, but and her boyfriend, and their child that is about to be born, and so on, and doesn't look like she wants to be with him. She's not interested in marrying him, and so on. So you've got that relationship going as well. And after a while, you find out, okay, well, the guy's a bit sus. At one stage he slept in that sorority house, and he came down and he scared the shit out of her. She didn't know where, and it looked like it was going to be a kill, that it's the killer's coming down the stairs and about to
Yeah,
kill that girl. And it's just him. He woke up, he was sleeping upstairs, and you go straight away, psychologically you think, okay, well, the dude's the killer. And for the rest of the movie you go, well, I went to myself like, well, I kind of figured it out that, it is who done it movie, who's the killer. That's what you're trying to sort of solve the puzzle through the whole movie. And after a while, you understand that it's actually the boyfriend that's killing everyone. And you go, okay, well, I kind of saw that coming, but not until the end of the movie, right? Then the end of the movie, you still think it's the boyfriend. And the way it was done, let's put it this way: if it was the boyfriend, I would kind of be a bit happy. You'd think he's a deranged guy. It's sort of like Psycho. He's got different, personalities, and he talks to his mother. And that's why this movie reminded me of Psycho so much. The way Psycho behaved and talked to his mother, it was sort of similar sounds that he was making. That's what it made me remind me of that movie. But anyway, and then you keep still thinking that the boyfriend is the killer, right? But then at one stage where John Saxon's character is the policeman, and he asks the girl, he goes, look, it could be your boyfriend. He's acting sus and blah blah. And then he asked her a question: was he in the house when the phone was ringing? And she said, yes, he was there when the phone was ringing, so it couldn't be him. And then you go, well, what's going on here? And then at the end of the movie, where she's down in the, what do you call it, the shed under the
Yeah,
house,
yeah.
hiding, she still thinks that her boyfriend is the killer. He's after her. And then he breaks the glass, goes in, and she obviously kills him. And you go, okay, well, the movie's over. She killed the killer. But then you realize that there is actually someone else that's upstairs. He's not the killer. That's what you realize at the end of the movie. And you go, okay, who's the killer? What happened? The movie ended. So I went on the Google straight away to Google it to see, well, who the fuck is the killer? The killer is unknown. You don't know. It's some guy named Jimmy. How the fuck did Jimmy get up there, and why is he killing everyone?
Because
That's
it's
why, like,
crazy.
I felt it. Huh?
No, no, okay, okay. Let me explain it, man. Let me explain.
I kind of didn't like. I'm going, okay,
No,
fine, but why? What was the whole
dude,
point? How did he get?
dude,
Like, who is he? Yeah,
dude. You're not meant to know. It's just a deranged killer that sneaks up into the house and starts killing people. You're not meant to. Who the hell is? Why is Mike Myers killing people? He just escapes from a Looney Tune and starts
yeah,
killing
but
people.
you know, but
Well,
the
what's the
the movie
difference?
tells you the history of Mike Myers and why is he
What?
killing people,
What?
women,
What?
whatever.
Well, because he's crazy. Why is he killing people? Why do crazy people?
Yeah,
Because
he's
they're psychotic. They're
yeah.
psychopathic. Like serial killers. They don't need a reason. They're serial killers. That's the reason.
Yeah, but
You
no,
know
no, that's fine, right? If it was, but it's somebody that is upstairs inside the house, and he's specific. I just felt like the movie needed to tell you who's the
why?
killer and why he's doing it at
No,
the
but
end.
you're missing the point. Look, the thing is, I knew from the start. Like you have to pay attention when you watch the film. You know it's not their boyfriend. It's just that was used as a device to get to the point where the police believes and the girlfriend kind of believes she wasn't sure that it was the boyfriend. But if you watch carefully the film, you realize it's not the boyfriend because you see them both at the same time. He's there. She's right. You actually see him there when the phone is ringing, and also the other guy is acting too deranged for him to be able to be uh, okay. Like the killer is gone, like completely gone. He wouldn't be able to sustain a persona of the boyfriend and be calm, and he's ooh. He's fucking ooh. It's not like someone who could control himself. He's gone. He's
Yeah,
out there, man. You know. And when you watch the film, you get it. Like I was watching it, like okay, obviously he's not the killer, but they're gonna think he's the killer because he's having these problems with the girl, and then she wants to kill the baby, and he starts to be like very like
yeah,
he smashes the piano, and you kind of oh
yeah,
shit, this guy
yeah.
they're gonna think it's him. Like all through the film, I never once thought it was the killer. I thought, okay, they're setting him up
Okay.
for people to think he's the killer, like the police to think he's the killer and her to think he's the killer, and to set up the scene in the end, which wasn't handled properly. Like the one criticism I have of that film is the ending when suddenly he's outside. She's in the basement in
Yeah,
the thing, and he's there
yeah,
outside, and he breaks the glass. That was handled very
yeah.
poorly. Like, what are the
Yeah,
chances? Like,
look, and that's why, like, yeah, that scene was handled very poorly because, um, okay, if the killer's there and suddenly it's the boyfriend, like, do you know what I mean? It's just, yeah,
look,
too
it
much of
could,
a yeah, and
yeah,
I
it could.
think they tried to trick the audience. They did trick me because I actually thought it was the boyfriend.
No,
Somehow it will be him, but
right.
obviously, like okay, but then at the end I go, okay, I was wrong, and I kind of got excited. Who's up there? Like I wanted to know who's up there and why he's doing it. So yeah,
Yeah, no, look, that scene could have worked. It could have worked. It could have worked. They just handled it wrong. Like if the boyfriend went in the house and he's like, "Where are you?" and he saw they were, he saw that they were fight and he heard the sirens and
yeah,
he's like panicking.
yeah,
And
yeah. Why would he break the glass
no,
otherwise, right?
no, that doesn't. Yeah, that
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. But if he went into the house, he saw the killer go into the basement, or he saw her run into the basement,
yeah,
and then he runs
yeah,
after her, and she's terrified, right? I can
yeah,
understand that. Like
yeah,
if it
yeah,
was me, and then you see somebody
yeah,
come at you, and she swings the
yeah,
thing, that works.
yeah,
I would have been like,
yeah,
oh fucking hell, but I get
yeah,
it. She's terrified.
yeah,
You didn't need to show it the way they did it. It didn't. The way they did it was like that's my only criticism of the film is that the way they handle that scene. But the ending is really awesome. The very end, the very ending is awesome for me because like they think they've got the killer. She's they've given her fucking pills to sleep, and then they go away. There's guards outside the house again, outside the house, and the fucking you see the fucking woman, and the camera pulls out with the ooh, ooh, and the camera pulls out, and you're
yeah,
thinking, fucking hell, he can just take his time, go downstairs, and kill that woman as well while she's sleeping. And that's how it
yeah,
ends. And you see again how it begins. You see the house, you see the Christmas tree, and
yeah,
the Christmas decorations, and it's definitely Black Christmas. It's not White Christmas, it's Black Christmas. So for me, it
yeah,
works really well, and it would have been perfect if they hadn't messed up the actual thing with the boyfriend. They didn't handle that part well.
yeah,
It should have just gone in the house, rushed downstairs. She suddenly sees someone in front of her. She's petrified. She swings at him. Now, I want to ask you a question though, because I didn't pick up this up the first time I watched it. Do you know
mhm.
when the police is there and she's sleeping? Do you hear what they say while she's sleeping in the room? They go, her boyfriend, her other boyfriend. So she was having an affair, and that's why she didn't want to keep the baby, and she didn't want to marry her. She
Oh
was
right,
having a
okay,
secret
no, no,
affair.
okay,
Yes, and when I heard that, I'm like, I didn't pick up the first time I watched it. I'm like, the first thing that went in my
yeah,
mind was
right,
like, did
yeah,
she actually kill him on purpose? Nah, not,
yeah, right,
I don't think it's possible. But it went through my mind, like, did she actually maybe wish subconsciously that that guy is the killer? Because then she gets rid of her other problem, like for him the
yeah, yeah,
psychological
right. I
pressure.
see. I didn't pick up on that. I didn't
Yeah,
pick up on
I
that.
was like,
Yeah,
maybe she was terrified that the other boyfriend, her real boyfriend, was gonna find out that she's pregnant and he wouldn't want to be with her anymore. And she was,
mm,
maybe deep down she kind of like, oh, this guy. Even though I have my doubts, this guy is the killer. Wow. I'm like, I don't know, man. It makes you think. You know what I mean?
yeah. Look, you raised some good points, and as a closing thought for me, I think this movie deserves a rewatch, and I might actually watch it again just to because you raised some good points. See if I can pick up on those points because I missed a lot of those points the first time I watched it, and it, like I said, for some reason it just did not work for me. Maybe
Mhm.
I already expected something different, but after having our discussions and listening to what you said, I think deserves another watch.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, man. I think it does. I think it does. And I was, yeah, I was kind of, I felt a little bad for what you said in the beginning because I wanted you to, to have a good time, and
Yeah.
I thought you would have. But yeah, I
Oh,
think,
I had a great time. I had a great
okay.
time, but and that's the thing about us and what we do and our passion for movies is that even though you watch a bad movie, but you still, well, a bad movie to might be to me, not to you, but you still take away something, right?
Yes,
And that's the good thing about loving movies, is that even a bad movie, you still take away something good out of it. So
absolutely,
yeah,
man.
and for sure. And I
Really,
took
really
some
well said.
good scenes out of it, and like I said, with the phone and everything, it had some incredible scenes. It's just overall, like I said, did not work for me. But maybe through another watch, I might actually change my mind. Yeah.
That's really beautifully said, man. Yeah, yeah, that's great. Yeah, yeah. If you know check it out sometime again and see what you think on the second time around. I I feel it's a very influential film. I think 1974 was a hell of a year for horror films, and
They
actually,
were pumping out a lot of movies in the 70s, a lot of horror stuff, and the Italians were doing the giallo stuff, and
yeah.
yeah, the 70s was big for horror,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
I want to explore the 70s more. I've explored quite a lot of 80s and 90s, but the 70s is very interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting, man. And just like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this was allegedly inspired by a Canadian serial killer, Wayne Bowden, the
Yeah.
vampire rapist. Interesting, which is
Oh, right.
interesting. Also, the I think in 1979 they put it on television for a couple of days, and then these killings happen in sorority houses, in female sorority
Oh,
houses,
right.
and they actually told the studio to take it out of there. And apparently Ted Bundy was involved in that. Yeah, which
Who,
is
sorry?
like I think it
Who was
was
that? Sorry?
Ted, the serial killer
Ted
Ted
Bundy.
Bundy.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. So yeah, that was bloody scary and interesting. It also has been remade twice in 2006 and 2019. But
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the remakes,
no,
but
no,
I'd stick to the
don't
original.
don't
Yeah,
bother with the remakes. Just watch the
yeah,
original, like
yeah.
always. And yeah, man. I don't know. Is there anything else?
I wanna hear our audience if they've seen Black Christmas
Yes,
and what they thought of it. Please
please
um,
comment. Yes,
comment down
yes.
below, and also, we're going to put the description of Yanis's book and where to get it. We're going to send the link through. So make sure you pre-order on Amazon. Comes out in January. Yeah, it'll be fun. Be fun. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Well,